how many times have we seen this time and time again? Somebody wants the excitement to move into a busy, bustling area like Northern Quarter in Greater Manchester, for example, where Night is, and then lo and behold, they want to start complaining about bins being emptied and people chatting outside in the smoking area and stuff. And I'd say to those people, you are responsible for really damaging the nighttime economy. If you want to enjoy a night out, if you want to go to a gig venue or something like that, then don't move next door to one and then complain about the noise. It is ridiculous. What I am now seeing, especially in London, I have friends in London who are telling me that venues are stopping opening after 9:30 or 10 o'clock because they're worried it's going to cause noise issues. Places like Soho and stuff. Soho, when I was going to London a few years ago, was one of the most bouncing, buoyant places you could possibly imagine. And other places across the UK wanted to be like that. So to actually hear it going the other way now is devastating to hear, especially as you quite rightly said, what nighttime economy has suffered, especially hospitality and live music venues over the last 2 years, referring to COVID. So, laws need to be changed because as it stands at the moment, the law heavily sides with the residents. One person making a complaint can shut a venue down. That is not right, especially if that resident has moved in after the venue's been there for many, many years, which I have seen over the last couple of decades. And there is something called agent of change, which undoubtedly you will have heard of, which is a common sense approach where if a developer wants to build, say, a block of apartments next to a live music venue, then it's up to that developer to soundproof it. Likewise, flip the argument the other way. And if there's a block of apartments there and there's a live music venue that wants to put in a much louder sound system and rip the old one out, then it's up to them to soundproof it. So I think that's a real common sense approach. I also think, and no one's pointed this out yet, there should be much more of a responsibility on the letting agents and the estate agents. And it should be their responsibility to make sure that the people moving into those city centre venues or the venues next to live music venues or nightclubs or even theatres or bars, it's their responsibility to actually get, I'd say, the new tenant to sign something to say, we're fully aware this is a busy, thriving area that we're moving into. And I think that could nip a lot of the issues in the bud. But it's not right. It really isn't right that the resident holds the power over licensed premises. And I'm not saying that the licensed premises should hold the power over the residents either. Agent of change would actually sort that out. It's a common sense approach. And we just need to live in an equal environment. The government has to start to intervene here because we are the 5th biggest industry in the UK. And when you start shutting nightclubs down or making them close at 1 in the morning or bars close at 10 or pubs close at 9:30, it's not viable anymore. They'll just shut for good and they'll probably end up, ironically, becoming flats and apartments. But that's the last thing we need to, we are culture and we need to keep maintain culture.